Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thus far, when it comes to the carry forward content and the crossover content from Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3 in the future of Warzone, we've had several different reveals and announcements go out in regards to the content itself and to the actual system that's being put in place for the first time in COD history. But with that, there's also been a lot of confusion about what will and what won't be going into MW3 from MW2, what'll be limited in its availability, what'll be widely available. And today I wanted to clarify a little bit more because there's actually a decent amount of things you might have missed when it comes to how things are going to work with this carry forward update in MW3. So as we get into the details here and go in depth on everything, if you enjoy the video, if you find it helpful or informative at all, let me know by dropping a like on it. Let's aim for 1,000 likes on this one. And if you're new to the channel or you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with everything you need to know about MW3 and Warzone, really everything going on in COD. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications to guarantee you are always up to date. But yes, we know by now that we are going to see the very first carry forward update in COD history, meaning all of the unlocked content that you've got right now in MW2 and DMZ and Warzone, whether it be your weapon levels or your weapon camos or your operator skins, calling cards, emblems, any cosmetics, anything like that that you have unlocked is going to be available to use in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and of course the future of Warzone as well. And that is no surprise, obviously in the past when it comes to Warzone, all your stuff has been universally available there. Between MW 2019 launching initially between multiplayer and Warzone, Cold War to Warzone, Vanguard to Warzone, then obviously we had the full reset here with Warzone 2. But that's no stranger to the Warzone dynamic year over year. Multiplayer, on the other hand, is a first, and it's definitely a very interesting situation, but one, like I said, that has caused a lot of confusion. So initially, the big thing here, there are limitations in place with the carry forward content, because I think a lot of people are seeing this and saying, oh, okay, so my MW2 M4 is fully maxed out and I've got Orion on it, so this is all going to transfer to MW3 and I can use it there too. Yes, you absolutely can, in a way, particularly when we're looking at the camos here. Though this is what has major limitations, and I've seen a lot of complaints about this in the past couple of days and weeks as people have been grinding out things like Orion or Polyatomic, finishing off their camo grind, going for maybe the Ghoulie camo as a part of the haunting event. But Call of Duty did actually specify back when this was initially announced that Modern Warfare 2 weapon camos, including any mastery camos, anything you have unlocked from events or anything like that, are going to be available in MW3, but not for the MW3 guns, which is very, very specific here. They say in their little Q&A, can a player use a Modern Warfare 2 camo on a MW3 weapon? Can a player use an MW3 camo on an MW2 weapon? Vice versa with completionist camos. And the answer to this outright, as of right now, is no. Modern Warfare 2 camos cannot be equipped on Modern Warfare 3 weapons, and Modern Warfare 3 camos cannot be equipped on MW2 weapons. But if you have a previously locked MW2 camo on an MW2 weapon, in Modern Warfare 3, you can unlock that camo for that MW2 weapon. So say you still need 10 long shots on your M4 to complete that tier of the Orion grind. You can do that in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, but you could also do that in MW3 multiplayer. It's just going to unlock that camo for your MW2 M4 and nothing in regards to MW3. So there is a very strict limitation on that. Any camo that you have for any MW2 guns are going to be usable in Warzone and MW3, but not on anything, any weapons from MW3. They are specifically limited to MW2. Now, who knows if that's going to change over time? Maybe further down the line, halfway through the year, they say, oh, and hey, we're doing a universal camo update, so your MW2 camos can be used on MW3 guns. That's a possibility for sure. Obviously, if the time comes, you guys know I'm gonna keep you informed, so definitely stay up to date with that stuff by hitting that subscribe button. But as of right now, like I said, there is that pretty severe limitation there that is going to block the games there and whatnot from having that sort of crossover with the camos in specific. However, we do actually get some good news here in regards to some crossover that you might not have realized, because this does expand a lot for MW3. And for this section, what we're talking about is weapon attachments, because this, like I said, goes much more in depth than just the camos. Obviously, your weapon progress of MW2 is going to continue into MW3. Also, for what it's worth, if you've never played MW2, you could go into MW3 and still unlock all the base stuff from MW2 and level it up there as well if you want, or if you haven't finished leveling some guns, you can do that in MW3 as well. But as we know now in MW2 and continuing in MW3, we've got this whole weapon platform system where we have the M4 platform and the Lockman platform and the cast-off platform. And with these, we've got various universal attachments that are shared between those platforms in specific. We also have some general attachments that are universal across the board, whether they are some of the underbarrels, or the optics is by far the most notable category, because you can use those on basically every single gun in the game, whether it's the rifles, SMGs, LMGs, they all share the same optics, right? And with that, going into MW3, they actually answer this, and it's really cool details in my opinion, because like I said, it just gives us more variety. Do all attachments in Modern Warfare 2 also carry forward? Can I use MW2 attachments on MW3 weapons? The answer to this, yes. All Modern Warfare 2 attachments will be available in Modern Warfare 3 and can also be used on MW3 weapons if they are attachable to that weapon in question. So the big one here, I know a lot of complaints in the beta were about having the Vanguard optics in the game, things like the ELO sight, some of the slates. People weren't a huge fan of having Vanguard optics in MW3, and whether that is something you agree with or not, that's up to you. I don't think it really matters too much, because MW2 optics are universal attachments, meaning we should be seeing these carry forward to MW3 guns, so we could use, you know, the MW2 VOK on an MW3 MCW, or we could use, you know, the SZ mini scope, or the AMOT V4 in MW3 on MW3 guns. Same deal for weapon platforms. Like one, for instance, that I would be curious to see right away is the BAS platform. Obviously in game right now, we've got the BAS P SMG. Well, in MW3, we know we've got the BAS B. We saw that in the beta. They're the same weapon platform in theory. So are we going to see a shared, you know, suppressor attachment, or some stocks or rear grips, or barrels from the BAS P that in theory could be used on the BAS B? Any weapons like that that potentially could share platforms between MW2 and MW3 if there's the return of the Lockman platform, or Castov, or M4, or whatever else you want to name off here, right? In theory, those should also be shared as well, because they would be attachable because of the shared family tree dynamic that they've got going on there. So what this really does is that while there are limitations in place with this carry forward content, yes, some things you could only use specifically on your MW2 guns still, and then your MW3 stuff will be separate in the form of camos there. We also do have stuff that is actually crossing over entirely and adds in more to MW3 guns, and definitely diversifies how you can build things there and how those will actually look and feel. So that to me is definitely a great takeaway from this. Obviously the limitations in place are a bit of a bummer, but we'll have to see if that expands at all going into the year. But like I said, there was a lot of confusion about this in general. The Q&A I feel like does a pretty good job answering most of the things, but the specifics here, the exact details, definitely do you know, open up some more info to be learned there. So ideally this helped you understand a bit more about what's going to be available on what in MW3, and obviously it's going to be very expansive in terms of what is available outright, just because this carry forward for multiplayer at least is brand new. And obviously as of right now, the same deal with the limitations, and then also the crossover content is going to be applied to Warzone as well. So what you can't use in MW3 multiplayer on MW3 guns will be the same in Warzone. What you can use will also be the same in Warzone, for any confusion there. That said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're up to date with news, updates, meta breakdowns, tips, everything going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.